I heard a few games being thrown around when I picked up my Meta Quest 3. Asgard's Wrath, Beat Saber, and today's topic, Gorilla Tag. I downloaded it on my first day of owning the Meta Quest, and I tried it out for an hour. I then promptly deleted it. I was terrible, and the platform was full of literal screaming children yelling different obscenities at each other, things that would make my grandmother blush. A few months later, I figured that I should try and dive into the world of Gorilla Tag as a 31-year-old man to see what it's all about. I'll see if I can get good at the controls while also seeing if this game is good at burning calories. It's time for me to put on my J-Man Curly swag and become one of the monkeys. Do kids these days even say swag? I might just date me right there. Let's run that intro.
For self-improvement, crafts, and fitness games, go ahead and turn on YouTube and watch Jack.
Gorilla Tag is a multiplayer game that turns you into a gorilla, believe it or not. It took the VR world by storm and amassed over $100 million in revenue with a player base of 10 million. That is absolutely insane. So many people are playing this game and it's making a ton of money for the developers. The game's main focus is to turn the player into a gorilla and play different game modes. Casual is the main mode, which is just kind of messing around and talking to other players who are also gorillas. And you gotta run around like gorillas, go like, oh, ah, ah. And really, it's just kids who yell very mean words to you. There are also other modes, such as Infection, which is a game of tag, and Paint Brawl, which is where you fling paint at each other with like this little, I don't know what you call this, a slingshot. The ever-changing game modes and maps that will pop up make the game so incredibly popular. During my time, it was Halloween, so all of the levels within the game had like pumpkins, and there was a ghost named Lucy that would like pop up and like try and scare kids. And there was this game mode called Ghost Tag, which is actually my favorite game mode in the game. It's basically the infection mode, but you can't see the other players as their ghost. You can only really hear them. So then once you get tagged, you get jump scared. It's a ton of fun. When I first started playing Gorilla Tag, I was bad. I was so bad that a bunch of kids actually made fun of me. I could barely get out of like that starting area and could barely make the jump to get out into the overworld. Jumping to the tree and wall climbing were just impossible feats for my skill level. I was so bad at it that I stopped and deleted my day one recording. See, the main purpose of Gorilla Tag is the movement system. That's where all the fun, gameplay, and challenge lies. It looks easy. Like if you're seeing like someone play Gorilla Tag, you're like, oh, it's just moving his arm like a monkey. You know, you just climb around. You know, you jump, do this to like climb, or you know, do this to climb. It doesn't seem that hard. You just kind of reach out to touch an object with your arms and push yourself out whatever speed or to angle to move in that direction. You can slam your hands into the ground to jump, or to climb, you can do that pinch movement I was showing. So like, for instance, if there's like a wall or something narrow, you can wrap your arms around it, climb it like this. Or if you want a wall jump, you would go bam, 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 bam. Sorry for breaking my green screen right there. Like, it's a very active movement game. Like, you are constantly moving around as a gorilla to try and tag other monkeys or play the games. I am in like a really tiny room, so it's easy for me to like break the green screen here. If you want to help me, subscribe to the YouTube channel so I can get 1,000 subscribers and be eligible for monetization. Then I can start saving money, buy a house, and I can have a full green screen room where I can move freely instead of being like confined to this little area. So Gorilla Tag, it sounds easy, it looks easy as well, but the difference between moving and moving well is a mountain that I didn't accomplish in my 30 days of playing. According to a Reddit post I read, it takes about 2 months to make the game feel natural. 2 months of playing and you start being like a natural at it. 6 months, you become great, and it'll probably take a year or more to be actually perfect at Gorilla Tag. After playing, I agree 100%. I was in fact so awful that a really nice kid asked me to join a lobby and teach me how to play better after I was made fun of. Afterward, I looked up different YouTube videos to learn how to play Gorilla Tag. That first day for me lasted over 2 hours of playing. Between me getting taught by the kid, me watching YouTube videos, and just trying out different climbing systems, that I spent 2 hours learning. That led me to the day 2 footage I kept, which is playing behind me now. I still sucked, but I could actually move around with like one arm. Progress is progress, baby. At first, I kind of wanted to quit, and in general, I was hesitant in playing this game because of all the kids and stuff, but I have to say that a lot of them were incredibly nice. Way nicer than I thought they would be. I remember being a young kid and playing Call of Duty with like grown adults on like the original Xbox or Xbox 360, the early days. And I was on like voice chat and I was saying just absolutely horrible things. And honestly, I think the younger generation is much nicer than we were when I was a kid. For my generation, playing games online was kind of a unique experience, so we didn't probably comprehend like, oh, these are actual people you're playing against. These aren't just the computer bots like they were, even a few years before. We acted out since we didn't really know the consequences of our actions. Whereas this upcoming Generation Alpha, they never really knew a world without any online gaming or online in general, which is weird. I will say also that I had my mic disabled and acted as a mute so not to bring like any attention to myself, because all I need is some getting yelled at by a bunch of kids. There were times where I did see like a fellow adult playing the game as like a monkey, was talking with the kids, but like they weren't creepy or anything, but they were definitely just weirdos. I didn't really want to be associated with them either. There are definitely some weirdos in this game for sure, and any parents watching, please monitor your kids' activity. You do not know the type of people who are out there. I also 100% get why kids love this game. Gorilla Tag is absolutely fantastic. While I was doing my short run of 30 days, many different things were added, and there was so much to explore. The game has 12 maps, with one added before I actually ended my playtime. It was like a little kind of like Lego block building area. It's kind of cool. Each map can contain 9 other monkeys, which are the other players. You automatically get assigned a new player room when entering these areas. All of them are connected through like this room in the tree, making the game kind of feel like, instead of having like separate little rooms in each game or stages, it kind of makes you feel like this is like a world. This is the world of Gorilla Tag. It all takes place centralized within this tree. The first map in the game, Forest, is the best by far, containing many different practice areas to learn how to play. There is a little hole in the map too that takes you to the second level called a cave, which contains a bunch of different mine shafts and crystals. There's this cool waterfall, and the crystals make kind of cool notes and music when you hit them, which is just an excellent touch. I love that this is all kind of cohesive. So you have the forest, you have the cave area here, and then right next to the forest is your tree house, which is where you start in. Connected to that tree house is the city, which is the center of the game. That city is the main socialization area and is one of the only maps set for casual use. You cannot play tag in it. You cannot, play paint brawl or anything like that. This is just for hanging out and, most importantly, shopping. The game uses something called shiny rocks, which you get while playing the game, or you can buy on your own, and that's how you buy different accessories. This whole shopping area is great to explore, as it changed a ton when I was playing. Went from this little area to adding a stage so people could perform and sing for one another. There were these voting boxes that were added so you can vote for different questions just to kind of see what other people who play Gorilla Tag think. Their shop is pretty cool because they have custom items each year. So they swap out, when I was playing, they swapped out the Halloween stuff with the fall stuff. So it was nice. These outfits are bought with the before mentioned shiny rocks, which is a big money maker for the developer. Seriously, considering that $100 million revenue, you can bet some kids got their parents' credit cards. Considering this game is free, I read that the game makes about $9 per user, and that's a lot of money considering what other companies would make. I honestly love the area in the city, and it's so cool. I found these little signs that said, "Coming soon," where the new level was placed, and references to a next level, a level 2 within the store, that will be probably coming up within the game's update. There are 10 other maps that are connected to this area, making it truly the game's hub world. And I will say one of the absolute best things about this game is how connected it is to the modding community. In August of this year, the Gorilla Tag developers released a map called Arcade, where you can play a few of the games and enter the virtual world. That virtual world connects through mod.io, where players can actually create their own Gorilla Tag maps. That means that the little kids of today who love Gorilla Tag are going into these maps, looking around, being like, I can create this, then going to YouTube, looking up tutorials, and they become YouTubers, they become developers in the future. Seriously, this video I've watched had a literal 10-year-old talking about programming and designing with Unity. It's inspiring a whole new world of developers, kind of like how I kind of became a developer, thanks to the XNA development kit that inspired me to begin programming back in the original Xbox days. I think this new alpha generation is going to start blowing the minds with future technological creations and video games that helped inspire them. I love that Gorilla Tag is specifically helping foster the youth's enjoyment of game development. They want to develop their own maps, which means they're going to get to game development, which means they're going to get into programming, which leads them to software engineering. All of this is thanks to the support within the modding community. Some of my favorite maps include the Museum of Illusions map, which talks about different perspective shifts you can do, as well as different mind tricks and stuff like that. They have these secret tunnels, making it an amazing place for hide and seek. This awesome jump testing maps lets you practice long jumping and helps you real nailing training your gorilla's reach. And also this area is so fun to do during infection because they have that little stretch where it makes you run really fast to help you move across the map. So you're infected, you try to jump and then one person jumps smaller so you jump over them. It's just a lot of fun. My favorite is this map called Escalation. It's a simple map where you must climb to the top. If you fall, you will fall to the bottom and must repeat everything all over again on the climb back up. Once I found this map, my goal changed. I wanted to get to the absolute top of the escalation map. And as you can probably guess by the fact that I'm bad at Gorilla Tag, I didn't do it. For the 30 days of playing Gorilla Tag, I went from getting to the base of a statue, barely being able to climb up that little monkey without slipping on, to being able to climb all the way up to level 2. My speed, branching, and movement has increased tremendously. There's this awesome obstacle course that I tried, and I went from, not being able to finish it to being able to complete it with ease. Just going like bam, 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 doing a long jump, grabbing a branch, pushing myself off the branch, then using like your sliding ability because there's like an ice slide. So you go like jump at the right time. It's just a ton of fun. I still play Gorilla Tag on and off to this day, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for this franchise. It also gave me a huge appreciation for like the younger generation. Like I know you read all these articles about how bad they're doing in school and stuff, but honestly, I definitely think that there's some good things happening. As a younger millennial myself, I get it. You read a lot of these newspaper ads and you're like, oh, our generation sucks. Well, I'm part of that generation, therefore I suck. And you shouldn't feel bad. Don't feel bad about playing around with games. Let your curiosity get a hold of you and try making your own Gorilla Tag map. Your curiosity in that may lead you to a whole new world to explore, and maybe one day you can also become a developer. That happened to me. I am a senior software engineer now, and all that is thanks to my love of video games as a kid. And I wanted to make my own game as a kid, so that's how I discovered the XNA toolkit, led me to C#, led me to ASP.NET, and now boom, I'm a developer. It happened to me, and it can happen to you. Now let's get to my favorite part of these reviews and see how many calories I burned. The table next to me contains the data on how long I played and my calorie count. This image will be on jack-jenkins.com website as well. I went from weighing 290.4 pounds to 287.2 pounds. That is a total weight loss of 3.2 pounds. Yes, I can't actually make the drumming noise. I go like a weirdo. I ended the game super sweaty each time. Gorilla Tag is really a great workout as it causes you to increase your reflexes and causes you to be quick on your, hands, but monkey feet as they call hands. It's a great workout, especially in your shoulder. And they were burning, especially if you need to hold your arms up during these sections. The kids these days are getting a good workout with this one. Like when I was a kid, Call of Duty, you just sit there, let the fat grow. That's why I'm so fat. I'm blaming you, Call of Duty. Gorilla Tag, these kids are going to have abs. From the data table I have shown, I can gather a few statistics to gauge how healthy Gorilla Tag is. In total, I burned 7,349 calories. That is over 2 pounds of calories burned from playing a monkey game made for 5-year-olds. That is incredible. I played Gorilla Tag for 30 days, but it's actually a total of 26 days since I take a day off each week, usually Sunday, to rest and hang out with my wife and enjoy the weekend. That brings me to a per day calorie burn of 208.2.65 calories per session. I think I miswrote that. I played the game for a total of 11 hours, 10 minutes, and 29 seconds. The average time per session is 25 minutes and 47 seconds. It's kind of crazy it's that short with my big 2-hour playtime in the beginning. The average calorie per minute burned in Gorilla Tag is 11.09. That is slightly behind Ragnarok, which is my biggest calorie per minute burned game, which is just incredible. It is absolutely insane how active Gorilla Tag is. Seriously, you're like moving, climb, and it really makes you want to do this really fast because you want to get rid of people and, juke them out. So guys, that is it for today's video on Gorilla Tag. Leave a comment below telling me if you also love Gorilla Tag after playing it. My voice is starting to go out, sorry. Also, if the developers are watching, please try and make an adults-only lobby. It will bring in much more diverse audience to the game, and then I would actually be able to go on mic and not get screamed at by a bunch of 5-year-olds. Again, you guys are definitely more well-behaved than I was at that age, but I still don't want to talk to you. If you have any ideas on how other challenges you want me to do, then please leave a comment below. If you like this video, then hit me with the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Follow me on X/Twitter, whatever they call it now, and Instagram at TrueJackJank. Lastly, I want all you guys watching to have a fantastic day. If you are wondering how you can improve your life, at the end of the day, you can't do it alone. You can really only improve with a community. You can really only improve if you have family or friends around you. You can only improve together.